So the stories, there was a real consistency with the stories that the people had. And at first, I really was under the, I really thought it must be just triggering a really specific part of their brain, because they tended to, a lot of them saw these mechanized creatures. They were very robotic. Um, and I thought, oh, that's so interesting. Because I thought, I wonder if there's a specific point in their brain where they're all having these similar images. And then a lot of people talked about a spiritual um, revelation or an experience where they came face to face with a higher power, whatever that might be. And I think a lot of those people, in retrospect, were going into the study looking for that. They were looking to have some kind of a spiritual experience, and they seem to have found it. But I remember the little alien creatures. It seemed to be pretty consistent, that people would see these. The only way I can visualize them is almost like a robotic kind of a fractured type of little mechanized people, and it was always very intense. A lot of colors, a lot of it feels, a lot of people described it as being on a train, rushing, a lot of movement, rushing kind of movement, either on a train or, like I said, it felt like these people were on, some kind of Ferris wheel or a thrill ride. And I guess there was a part of me that first thought it was just purely chemical, that this drug was just purely activating parts of their brain that was giving them this trip, this hallucination. And then later on, it felt like, well, maybe not so much for me either, because this was 12, 15 years ago. In thinking about it now, I can see where there isn't such a defined demarcation between, reality and in maybe a drug-induced world. And so I think some of these people, we're having probably an experience. I mean, I've never experienced it myself, but probably an experience that was, like you read about shamans or people that travel between, inner worlds and outer worlds. And yeah.